confusion to the nation. Why couldn't we see the love in their eyes? Why couldn't we see then the tears in their eyes? Now we are crying, we're crying in the rain. You see, now we are crying, we're crying in the rain. Let the children live.
My fellow Liberians, I bring you greetings on behalf of the Alice Howard and Alexander Brown campaign team. Our campaign has had sustained success, and the success of our campaign is driven by the trust and belief our people have in us to bring about the needed change our community so deserves. Our commitment to accountability, ethical practices, and adherence to strong and comprehensive standards cannot be overemphasized. We believe in trust, transparency, accountability, and responsibility. We need a community where our commitment, our finances, our contribution are better reported, understood, valued, and promoted. Anything short of this is a complete neglect and disservice to the Liberian community. As a community, we must recognize the importance of attitudes and acceptable norms in the context of good governance and management practices. We as a campaign have a duty and responsibility to our people to be the voice of the Liberian community. We at this time are compelled to make this statement so as to inform our Liberian community as to what has been unfolding. Article 6, Section 5 of our Constitution reads, and I quote, "The President shall report on the state of affairs of the Association to the general membership at the end of every fiscal year. The President shall make quarterly financial report to the membership and the Board of Directors. This report shall be submitted within 1 month after the quarter." For the past 3 years, Mr. Winston Gould has led this community. He has failed to honor and uphold the provisions of the Constitution that governs Lcari. He has failed to implement his constitutional, administrative, and fiduciary duties and responsibilities as embedded in the Constitution. As I speak to you, Mr. Winston Gould has not fully fulfilled his constitutional duties since 2012. Now, is Mr. Winston Gould qualified to serve another term as president of our community? The president has fiduciary and transparent responsibility to the Liberian community. One may ask, is it core to the function of the administration? And my answer is a resounding yes. The Liberian community deserves to know the financial status of the association, and every president is under obligation to comply. Amongst other duties, the Board of Directors is responsible for ensuring that the administration fulfills its responsibilities for financial reporting. This is carried out principally through an audit committee. Now, having laid my premise, let me put this into a simple perspective. We have a constitutional issue here that has lingered for a long time, and we are prepared to set the record straight and be honest with the Liberian community. Our Liberian community deserves our commitment and honesty. Now, the Board of Directors, having realized that Mr. Gould had not fulfilled his fiduciary obligations to Lcari, mandated that the Elections Commission suspends clearing Mr. Gould from participating in these upcoming elections until he fulfills his administrative and fiduciary reporting obligations to Lcari. The Elections Commission totally disregarded the board's mandate and proceeded to clear and qualify Mr. Winston Gould as a candidate. This in itself is a violation of the Constitution. The primary issue here is Mr. Winston Gould has failed after 3 years since 2012 to 2016 to fulfill his constitutional, financial, and fiduciary duties, and this is a gross disservice to our Liberian community. We are disappointed by this behavior. We are still waiting for Mr. Winston Gould's financial report. Having said that, the Alice Howard and Alex Brown campaign team is urging Mr. Winston Gould to make his financial report to the Liberian community on or before March 13, 2016. In addition to that, the Howard campaign is calling on the Elections Commission to forthwith abide by the mandate of the Board of Directors to prevent the clearance of Mr. Winston Gould to participate in the upcoming elections until and unless he submits a comprehensive and complete report of his financial and fiduciary responsibilities to the Liberian community. In conclusion, therefore, the Howard camp is calling on the members of Lcari to stand firm with us as we are dedicated and determined to ensure that henceforth the leadership of Lcari is held accountable and fulfill the mandate and provisions of the Constitution and ensure that financial responsibilities and fiduciary responsibilities to Lcari and its members are met. Anything short of this, the Howard campaign will not proceed with the election process until justice is done. We encourage a strong participation of the community as we look forward to a new approach. Let's remain attentive and vigilant and do the right thing. Together, we as a community can build a strong and vibrant community. We are therefore asking the Liberian community to give us a chance to change our community for the better, where leaders of Lcari are held accountable to the people. Thank you, and God bless our community.